That eye, so expressive, as if at any moment that tortured animal will speak. The oxen are the stars of this canvas, the men, faces blurred, a mere side note, as was the case with all of the work of 19th century French animal painter Rosa Bonheur, one of the most successful and accomplished painters of all time. At her height, Bonheur was celebrated in France, the UK, and US. She hobnobbed with queens, dukes, and emperors. She cropped her hair and petitioned to wear pants, illegal for women at the time, in order to wander unobtrusively in male-dominated spaces, including slaughterhouses, to study anatomy. Reproductions exposed her art to thousands. Born into poverty, she became wealthy enough to purchase her own chateau. A popular porcelain doll was made in her image, and she hung out with Buffalo Bill. But until a recent retrospective, she'd slid into obscurity. Luck, politics, and timing played a role in her rise and fall. Marie-Rosalie Bonheur was born in 1822 in Bordeaux, France. Her father, Oscar Raymond, an eccentric dreamer and painter, sought opportunity by relocating the family to Paris, but soon after abandoned his wife and 4 children to join a Christian socialist cult which espoused egalitarianism, universal harmony, and sexual equality, ideals that didn't function in the real world but greatly benefited Bonheur, as she was taught from an early age that women were equal to men. In 1833, when Bonheur was 11, her mother died, quote, "My mother, the most noble and proud of creatures, succumbing to exhaustion and wretched poverty, while my father was dreaming about saving the human race." Raymond returned to care for the children, all of whom became artists. But it was Rosa, the eldest, who, after being expelled from numerous schools and refusing to work as a seamstress, showed the greatest promise, sketching with pencil and paper before she could talk. Barred from the French art system, as all women were at the time, she was taught by her father. By age 14, she was studying at the Louvre, copying Dutch masters. That same year, 1836, Bonheur's father received a commission to paint a 12-year-old girl, Nathalie Micas. The 2 girls became inseparable and would remain together until Nathalie's death 53 years later. At 19, Bonheur exhibits at the Paris Salon, an accomplished debut. 4 years later, she received a bronze medal, and at 26, won gold. A state commission followed. The result? Ploughing in the Nivernais, a Salon highlight. Painted 1 year after the French Revolution, on a scale reserved for history painting, powerful oxen and fertile land take center stage, glorifying peasant life, recalling a return to working the land, as if to say, in the wake of the revolt, France will survive and thrive. That a woman was painting at such scale with such mastery resulted in the backhanded compliment that she painted like a man. While Bonheur benefited from the juried Salon system, which had a virtual monopoly on public taste and official patronage, it was undergoing transition. Too many admissions meant less opportunity for artists to find work. The role of the art dealer was gaining importance, and after the collapse of the monarchy in 1848, the new bourgeois class filled the gap created by the fall of the aristocracy, generating, among other things, a need for decor. This meant, in place of grandiose, mythological, or religious scenes that hung in museums and castles, there was a need for smaller, still life, landscape, and genre painting. To quote art critic Linda Nochlin, Bonheur's naturalism and ability to capture the individuality, even the soul, of each of her animal subjects coincided with bourgeois taste at the time. After 18 months of preparatory study, Bonheur exhibits The Horse Fair. Hailed as the picture of the century, this magnificent and monumental painting, 16 feet wide by 8 high, caught the interest of Belgian art dealer Ernest Gambard, who marketed Bonheur throughout the US and UK. Her career skyrocketed. Queen Victoria requested a private viewing. Reproductions appeared on wallpaper, tea sets, and matchboxes. The painting now resides at the Met. In 1855, Bonheur exhibits for the final time, wins gold, and enters the collection of the Musée du Luxembourg in Paris. Now independently wealthy, she buys Château de By in the Fontainebleau forest, accompanied by Nathalie and a menagerie of dogs, stags, wild boar, and lions, after which Empress Eugénie awarded Bonheur the Legion of Honor, France's highest order of merit, a first for a woman, declaring, quote, "Genius knows no gender." Nathalie's death in 1889 marked a year of heartbreak. A few months earlier, at 67, Bonheur met American painter Anna Klumpke, age 33, who ironically had grown up with a Rosa doll and, as an art student, copied her work. The two remained pen pals for nearly 10 years, after which Klumpke moved in, becoming Bonheur's biographer and portraitist. 1 year later, Bonheur died, leaving her entire estate to Klumpke, who dedicated herself to preserving Bonheur's legacy. Toward the end of the 19th century, the realist art movement was being overtaken by Impressionism. Tastes changed. Bonheur fell into obscurity. Today, efforts to revive her legacy are underway. Her chateau is now a museum. Her entire body of work is being cataloged, and in 2022, she received a dazzling retrospective. To quote Met curator Asher Miller, "There is something that strikes you with awe when you stand in front of this painting. There is an ambitious spirit of modernity that is undeniable and resonates today. You don't have to know anything about art history to appreciate it." Thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe, and get your art fix on. Until next time.